Hey, shalom to the hopeful elect. First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone to teach the truth and rule well. This is the brother Yatabia Allah coming back from the GMS SF Bay Area camp. And I got a quick lesson today. All right, basically just a response to the lesson you see pulled up right here. All right, this is from the elder brother Hanak from our camp. And this is a lesson entitled, You Men Must Get Into the Battle and Teach. All right. Now I'm only a couple minutes in, but it sparked my spirit to grab a couple precepts because, he's absolutely right. All right. We're coming to the end of this thing. All right. We're coming to the end of the society. We're coming to the time where Yahushua is about to make his return. All right. But we're heading into Jacob's trouble. We're heading into the hour of temptation. And ultimately, we're heading into a time where the work is basically going to be stopped being done. All right, you're going to have the famine of the word. There's going to be a time where we're no longer going to be able to go out and teach. All right, so then we're just only as good as the last thing we've did. And ultimately, when you come before Yahweh Shai, and your works are weighed in the balance, you should basically be able to say that you laid it all out on the table. All right. You gave it everything you got. You don't want to have any excuse as to why, you didn't do what needed to be done. And right now, ultimately what needs to be done is the word needs to be pushed. Okay. This truth needs to be pushed at an all-time level. All right. Now I'm going to grab this in, Jeremiah 48:10. And it says, Cursed be he that doeth the work of the Lord deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood. Now, in this time, this is in the spiritual sense. All right. We have, this word. All right. Which is sharper than any two-edged sword. So if we have it tucked and we're not, using it, what are we doing? All right. You're doing the work of the Lord deceitfully. You're not giving it all you got. All right. Especially if you're able-bodied, especially if you know this knowledge, and you're able to put the precepts together by way of the Ruach HaKodesh and teach. You can't hold it back. You want to be able to lay it all out on the line. All right. And like it says in Ezekiel, which I had it pulled up right here, it says, what does it say? Ezekiel 3:17, because we got to get the blood off our hands. All right, real quick. Son of man, I made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word of my mouth and give them warning from me. All right. So this warning is from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. So we give the warning, we give the words of encouragement, edification, exhortation. All right. We let our people know what's coming, by way of prophecy. Okay. The gospel, the good news. All right. We're going to get the hell up out of this madness. But this is what needs to be done. All right. Now, again, we're coming into a time where you're only going to be as good as the last thing you've done. Now, what if you weren't going out there, you weren't saying anything, you weren't pushing the truth to anybody, okay? Then what were you doing? Okay? Let me grab this real quick. This is in John 9 and I'll start at verse 4. It says, I must work the works of him that sent me. All right, and this is Yahweh Shai speaking. While it is day, the night cometh when no man can work. All right, now we're in the same state of Yahweh Shai. We have to work, okay? And that night is coming, okay? When Yahweh Shai makes his return, and even before that, when all hell breaks loose, all right, you're going to have the famine of the word. You're going to have Jacob's trouble. There's not going to be any work being done in that sense to be able to push the word when Esau comes down, okay? When all hell's breaking loose, the Lord's going to take back his word. So now is that time. And it's crazy because it's like right now, the word is being pushed at an all-time high. But again, what does the scripture say? And we're going to grab it. The laborers are still few. You only have a handful of men, and that are pushing the word, sincere, I mean, you have in a lot of these camps, all right, what do you ultimately have? You have people pushing the wrong doctrine, okay? So you only have a handful of men that are pushing the one true doctrine as it pertains to salvation, all right? But again, that's very few compared to how many Israelite men are in this world, all right? Now, of course, we understand it's the elect, all right? But still, hey, don't you want to be a part of that number? Scriptures say, many are called, but few are chosen. We want to be part of that chosen, and we don't want anything to come in the way. All right. Again, when we come to that place of judgment, okay, standing before Yahushua, we want to be able to say we've done everything. All right. But it says, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. All right. You don't want to wait till it's too late. All right. This is Matthew 9 and verse 37. It says, then said he unto his disciples, and this is Yahushua speaking, the harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are laborers are few. Okay? The harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Meaning what? There's not a lot of men, specifically men, teaching this truth, okay, compared to how many Israelite men there are. All right? But there's very few that are preaching the word in truth and in sincerity. All right? It says, pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers unto his harvest. And that's, what we're doing. We're praying for more laborers. All right. We're pushing the word out, the exhortation. Okay. To if this strikes a chord with you, or if this hits your spirit, go out there and teach. Of course, do everything, orderly and decently and in order. All right. Make sure you have the 100% truth. Make sure you're built up. Okay. And a lot of times, that takes what? But going out there by way of the camps. All right. That's decently and in order. Going out there to your nearest camp. Okay. GMS specifically, or the GMS affiliates that teach the true doctrine. Okay. Take notes, listen, learn, come up on a level. All right. And, right now, of course, the decree is no new members in GMS, but that doesn't mean you can't be built up on a level to go out there and teach. All right. And, still go to camp and get counsel from brothers, whatever the case may be. But the scriptures say, there should be a fire. What does the scripture say? I believe, therefore I speak it, I believe it was Jeremiah who said, that the word burdened in his heart. He had to say something. But that's how it should be, with if you truly believe, you should want to say something. Okay, you should want to warn the people. All right. Let me jump over here to Hebrews. Chapter 4 and verse 11. All right. It says, let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. And this is what we're doing. We're laboring. Okay. Part of the labor is pushing, helping the ministry, pushing however way possible, teaching, preaching. All right. Giving the warning out. Now we have to labor to enter into that rest. The scriptures say we shall be saved by our faith and our works. They go hand in hand. All right. Well, it also says, show me your faith. I'll show you my faith by my works. Okay, because faith without works is dead. So you can say you believe all you want, but if you're not, saying anything, if you're not doing anything, then what do you believe in? Okay, Yahushua said himself, if you love me, feed my sheep. How do you feed the sheep? By pushing the truth. Okay, by contributing to the ministry any way possible, to the best of your ability. But it says, let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. All right. So, it's a constant labor, and the rest is going to be beautiful. All right. Again, in the kingdom, we're not going to have to teach. We're not going to have to preach. This is the time. This is the time to teach. This is the time to push that word, push the word, I should say. All right, before it ends. Okay, before we not able to push the word. Okay, and let me end off on here. This is also in the book of Hebrews, chapter 6, and I'll start at verse 9. It says, better things for you. It says, but beloved, we are persuaded better things of you, and things that are accompany salvation through we thus speak. For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love which you have showed toward his saint, Salak, that you have showed toward his name, and that you have ministered to the saints and do minister. All right, and that's the point. The Lord is not going to forget the work that is being done. He's going to see these things. Okay? Now it says, the labor of love which you have showed toward his name, in that you have ministered to the saints and do minister. So it's a thing of what you're doing. You're constantly doing until the Lord sees fit to take his prophets from saying anything anymore. All right? From taking his truth from being accessible. All right? Verse 11, and we desire that every one of you do show the same diligence to the full assurance of hope unto the end. All right? So we got to keep pushing as best as we can. Got to be on fire for this thing. All right? Again, like the brother's lesson in Lord's Will, like I said, I'll put this in the description. It says you men must get into the battle to teach. All right? This is part of the works. All right? This is part of making our body a living sacrifice, which is our reasonable service. Now, if you're not putting any sacrifice, you're not showing forth any works, what are you doing? All right? But, Lord's will, this is edifying, just, if this, makes sense, hey, go be decent, do these things decently in order to push the word. All right? Go out there and teach. And if you're not able to teach yet, go out there and learn, take notes, be built up on a level. All right? And be apt to teach. The scriptures talk about that. Be apt to teach. All right? But this is it. We're coming to the end of it. Okay? But once again, Lord's will, this is edifying. Once again, call Halam Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, and Abba Baba.